Hello there, this is the live action man. Okay, let's be real, survival games have had a bit of an identity crisis lately. For a while it felt like they all copy the same formula. Chop a tree, build a shack, maybe fight off a wolf or two. Fun sure, but predictable. Then every now and then a game comes along that flips the script and reminds us why we fell in love with the genre in the first place. And this year, oh boy, we've been spoiled. I've got 10 survival games here that don't just keep you alive. They immerse you, they challenge you, and honestly blow your mind. So grab your cock and balls and let's dive in. This game takes you back to the 1500s. Think shipwrecks, uncharted islands, and absolutely no room for error. Survival Fountain of Youth is like a love letter to the age of exploration. But instead of fame and glory, you get, well, hunger and heartstroke. Pretty wacky. You wash up on this gorgeous, punishing island where everything wants to kill you. Animals, the weather, bitches, and even your own bad decisions. It's not just about building shelters and crafting tools, though you will be doing plenty of that. You're piecing together an ancient mystery while trying to stay alive long enough to see another sunrise. What really hooked me was the map system. You have to physically chart your surroundings. No GPS, no magical minimap. It's just you, a pencil, a dildo, and the constant fear of getting eaten by a jaguar. It's survival, sure, but it's also an adventure that keeps surprising you. Picture this. Earth gets absolutely wrecked by some alien substance called stardust. And now the whole planet is crawling with mutants. Fun, right? That's once human in a nutshell. But it's not just doom and gloom. It's got this awesome mix of survival and chaos. You start out scavenging for supplies and building a little safe haven. But before you know it, you're battling massive alien creatures and customizing your weapons to take them down. The world is grimy and terrifying, but it's also full of weird beauty and bioluminescent forests and shattered cities overrun with vines. And if you're feeling extra brave, you can jump into PvP zones, that's right, where you find other losers just waiting to ruin your day. It's a little bit of everything: exploration, survival, action, and it does it all so well. This one hits different. Dawn of Defiance drops you into a world ripped straight out of Greek mythology, where the gods aren't exactly the forgiving type. You're a mortal who has had enough of their nonsense, and survival here means taking on creatures like hydras and minotaurs while building up your strength. Sure, you will start by scavenging for food and making weapons out of scraps, but the game quickly levels up. You uncover relics that grants you godlike abilities, and suddenly you're not just surviving, brother, you're fighting back. And the world? Absolutely stunning. Think sprawling temples, glowing caves, and fields that stretch as far as the eye can see. It's got this epic cinematic feel, and the co-op mode makes it even better, because who doesn't want to slay mythical beasts with their friends? Here's the deal with Enshrouded. It's massive, it's beautiful, and it's dangerous as hell. You play as this flame-born hero, dropped into a world covered in deadly fog. What makes this game stand out is how much freedom it gives you. You can literally reshape the land, dig tunnels, build castles, whatever you want. But don't get too comfortable, because the fog is full of terrifying creatures that want you dead. Combat is intense, exploration feels rewarding, and the crafting system is so detailed you can spend hours just perfecting your gear. Plus, it's multiplayer, baby, so you and your friends can team up to reclaim the land or just go wild, building the most ridiculous forts you can imagine. Now, Blight takes survival and throws a medieval twist into the mix. You're this disgraced piece of shit knight, exiled to a brutal land, and survival isn't just about staying alive. No, it's about redemption, baby. At first, it's the usual stuff: gathering food, fighting off wolves, jerking off, and trying not to freeze to death. But then it opens up. You start building a following, constructing fortresses or some stupid shit, and leading full-blown rebellions against a corrupt kingdom. Combat is gritty and raw, like you actually feel the weight of your cock, your sword when you swing it. And if you're into strategy, there's plenty of that too. From managing resources to planning sieges, it's survival with a purpose, and it's ridiculously satisfying. Ever wanted to live in the life of a bug? Probably not. That sounds stupid as hell. But Smalland will make you glad you tried. You're shrunk down to the size of a stupid ant, and suddenly, the whole world feels enormous and terrifying. A simple rainstorm can drown you, and even a squirrel is a major threat. Think about it. You craft tools out of sticks, build shelters out of leaves, and tame insects to help you get around. The attention to detail is insane. You're gonna be like, Whoa, you can ride a grasshopper to explore or glide through the air on a dragonfly. It's whimsical, yes, but it's also challenging in a way that makes every small victory feel huge. But not really though. Myth of Empires is what happens when survival meets empire building. You start with nothing, literally just your bare hands, and work your way up to leading an army. The game gives you so much control. You can recruit NPCs to join your cause, build massive fortresses, and even siege other players' castles. It's all about strategy and ambition. PvP battles are intense, and the world feels alive with opportunities for trade, alliances, and yes, betrayals. It's survival on a grand scale and will keep you hooked by your balls for hours. If survival games and escape rooms had a baby, it would be ABIOTIC Factor. That sounds creepy and disgusting. You're trapped in a massive research facility overrun by alien creatures or some shit, and the only way out is to think your way through. It's got the usual crafting and scavenging, sure, but the puzzles steal the show. So if you're stupid, this game is not for you. You'll be rewiring circuits, hacking systems, and making MacGyver-style twos out of whatever you can find. Add in the co-op mode and suddenly you're yelling at your friends like a loser to distract a monster while you rig up a trap. It's chaotic, clever, and a total blast. Nightingale is pure magic. You step through portals into these stunning, procedurally generated worlds, each one filled with unique creatures and biomes. 1 minute, you're in a forest with glowing mushrooms, and in the next, you're fighting off massive beasts in a desert land or something. The crafting system leans heavily into its magical theme. You're making enchanted tools and potions to survive. It's got that sense of wonder, like, why am I wasting my life playing this stupid video game? It also makes you want to explore every inch, and the co-op mode just makes it better. It's survival, but it's also an adventure you want to get lost in. Okay, this one's for all the Tolkien losers fans out there. Return to Moria lets you live out your dwarven dreams. I don't know what dreams are those, but whatever, as you and your friends reclaim the mines of Moria. It's dark, it's dangerous, and it's packed with lore. You'll be mining out for resources, crafting epic weapons, and fending off orcs lurking in the shadows. Procedurally generated mines makes every playthrough different, and the atmosphere is so spot on that you feel like you're right there in the Middle Earth or something. It's a survival game, sure. It's also a love letter, baby, to one of the greatest fantasy worlds ever created. And there we have it, 10 survival games that actually shake things up. Whether you're into exploring mythical worlds, fighting aliens, or just jerking off and playing video games, there's something here for everyone. Which one's your favorite? Drop in the comments below, and hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the live action for more. Until next time, boys, peace out.